So the raid got lucky and not much black ice was encountered. But the day was far from over. From Baralachla Pass onwards, the raid moved into high altitude zones where mountain sickness started taking its toll on drivers and servicemen alike.
Biker number 217 went missing in between. Found him, in okay shape, but stricken by high altitude, just sitting on the side of the road.
And so we had a whole lot of drivers and navigators being given oxygen along the way, etc., etc. And it was really tough.
And then there was Tanglang La, the last challenge before the drivers could get into Leh. And like always, the pass had other plans. It threw the spanner in the works for already exhausted raiders.
On both sides of Tanglang La, the road widening had completely destroyed the surface.
Our four-wheel drive, the gear got jammed and we lost about 5 minutes in the state.
Tanglang La was rough. Climbing up was rough.
ये फ्लैट टायर है और इस फ्लैट टायर में हमने 18 किलोमीटर चलाए थे.
Was very rocky. Very, very rocky.
So it turned out to be a 8 out of 10 difficulty stage.
So after tackling the treacherous terrain and fighting the mountain sickness, the day 2 of raid came to an end. Suresh Rana, despite of the time lost, remained on the pole. While Bawa made steady progress, climbing up positions and making up on the lost time. Austrian rider Heli extended his lead over Ashish Mudgil in the extreme bikes category. The raid has reached its third day, where it does a super fast circuit leg which will take a start in Leh, crossing over Warila Pass into Nubra Valley, back to Leh through the mighty Khardungla Pass, the highest motorable pass in the world.
We started at 6, setting up the stage. All resources are in place now. We are doing just one stage, one long stage of close to 124 kilometers in length. It's a very technical climb. We had warned the drivers that they must definitely be extremely careful.
These people are from the army.
As usual, Manjeev with his officials had an early start and were going to make sure the stages are ready for action.
Mani, could you find out where these gentlemen have to go?
But we had a late start at 8 o'clock and marshalling teams were in place well in time.
We were here in July for the recce, first week of July.
Yeah.
There was very little snow up above. It's -4 where we are standing.
So it's going to not only just test their machine, it's going to test their driving skills, their riding skills.
Then as you see on top of the pass, there's a bit of ice.
Yeah.
Bikers could have a bit of problem, maintaining balance over it.
The peril drivers feared on the second day came back to haunt them on the third. The pass was laced with snow and ice, which gave raiders a tough time getting a grip on the stage.
Pass at 17,500 feet. It's a high pass and it was covered with snow.
And that was the pass where we actually encountered a lot of snow, a lot of ice.
It's slippery, there's some ice. This morning there was some ice on the road. Quite treacherous actually on the top.
Black ice is something where even if the best of drivers in the world can do nothing about. I mean, you go fast into black ice, you'll go with it.
Everybody came, they tackled the ice in a sensible way, which is good.
After scaling the Warila, raiders headed down to Nubra Valley, where high-speed stretches awaited them.
Once you're over Warila, it's a downhill stretch for about 25-30 kilometers and very heavy on the brake.
And coming down, the Warila was rather soft, very soft gravel. So the car was drifting all over the place.
Magam, for the next 7 kilometers, you're in extremely high speed zone, 120 plus, flat out. So the middle of the, next to the Shock River.
After the tricky pass, this is a very tricky stretch as drivers could not afford to drop their guard. The ones who did paid the price.
Did you get it? Operator number 16 has got a broken engine.
Yeah, I know that. If he has taken any assistance from a crane, he cannot continue. Please take his time card.
I don't feel like speaking to you guys.
Just one, two. Just like a couple. What went wrong with the car? That's it.
We were running absolutely fine, and in fact, we had overtaken a few vehicles also. But the moment we hit the plain stretch, and it was about 5 kilometers straight stretch, and I was navigating, and I just told my driver, okay, thumbs up, we are going 110, 120. The engine was doing absolutely fine. All of a sudden, just there was a noise, and the vehicle came to a standstill. That is where the block has come off. It's the place. It's the place where the oil filter is placed. The assembly has come out from that place. We were running third. Yeah, we were running third for the first 2 days.
We had a problem was the exhaust got stuck in the tire. So the tire jammed in between. Like, I'll just show you the exhaust. This is the exhaust. First it broke. It broke from here. Got stuck inside the tire, like this. So this tire was stuck inside and was jamming this tire up. So on turns we could feel it, that something is not right there.
All the survivors from the stage then climbed up the legendary Khardungla Pass to finish the leg at Leh. Day 3 ended with Rana maintaining his lead over the competition, and Ashish Mudgil could now see Haley fading away in the horizon. This day wrapped up one of the fastest days of the rally. The drivers and the cars could feel the fatigue that had hit them from 3 days of relentless driving. 3 days down, 3 more to go. This is where the action begins.
It is just you, rally car, and your service team. दायरा बहुत छोटा हो गया.
Impossible. You touch a spanner and it's stuck to your skin. It's that cold.
Rangdum is remote, so you'll have a milestone that will say Rangdum 0. If you look around, you won't even find a single hut.